lowest, greatest, highest, I will come to thee.
I love this story told by Luke about Mary and Martha in the following verses. Luke 10, verse 38. Now it happened as they went that he entered a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. But Martha was distracted with much serving, and she approached him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Therefore tell her to help me. And Jesus answered and said to her, Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about many things, but one thing is needed, and Mary has chosen that good part, which will not be taken away from her. And I can just imagine Martha moving to and fro with sweat pouring down her brow as she is working by herself, seeing her younger sister sitting at Jesus' feet listening to him talk. I can see her getting more and more frustrated. Maybe she begins to bang things around to try to get their attention. All Martha could focus on was the work that needed to be done. As Luke said, she was distracted with much serving. When she had enough, she went over and basically tried to make Jesus feel guilty for teaching her sister, because she asked him, don't you care that you have left me alone to serve? She wanted him to fix the problem by telling Mary to get up and to go to work. But that is not what Jesus did. Instead, he taught Martha and the rest of us a valuable lesson about priorities. He basically tells Martha that she needs to stop worrying about all this serving and that she needs to learn from Mary, because Mary was sitting at Jesus' feet to learn from him. Now, we're not told what Martha did after this, but I would like to think that she sat down at Jesus' feet as well. Many today are like Martha. They get so involved in living life that they forget what their priority should be, which is spending time with Jesus and his word. Of course, this would also include making time to assemble with the saints for worship, Bible class, and other opportunities that will help us to grow spiritually. Remember what Jesus said in Matthew 6 and verse 33, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Many are good at making excuses to themselves of why they cannot attend Bible class or certain worship services. They might say, I have a lot of grass to mow, or I need to clean on my house, or I need to go shopping, or I need to go fishing. The list could go on, but when you get right down to it, we are simply allowing the things of this life to distract us from assembling as we should. Of course, this applies to every aspect of our Christian lives. If we find ourselves being like Martha because we allow things or events to take priority over the kingdom, then I would hope that we might sit down and begin to evaluate what our priorities are. Now, please understand, Jesus was not telling Martha that serving was not important and shouldn't be done. He is not telling us that we should neglect everything else in life and make the kingdom the only thing that we focus on. No, he is teaching us that we must have balance in our lives and that we must always make God our priority in our life, without neglecting the other things that need to be done as well. So it is so easy for us to get distracted by those things that will make no difference in our spiritual lives. So I would hope that each of us would examine our lives and make any necessary changes so that we don't find ourselves being like Martha.